A cute cat. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled deep in the hills, there was a cute little cat. Her fur was soft and fluffy, and her eyes were a bright, emerald green. She had a pink nose and white paws. And everyone who saw her fell in love with her. The cute little cat lived in a small cottage with her owner, an old lady named Mrs. Jenkins. Mrs. Jenkins was a kind woman who loved her little cat more than anything in the world. She would spend hours playing with her, petting her, and giving her treats. The cute little cat loved her owner just as much. She would curl up in her lap and purr contentedly, enjoying the warmth of her touch. She would follow her around the cottage, watching her every move with her bright green eyes. But the cute little cat had a secret. She longed to explore the world outside the cottage, to see what lay beyond the garden gate. She had heard stories of the great outdoors from the birds that visited the garden, and she couldn't help but feel curious. One day, as Mrs. Jenkins was napping in her chair, the cute little cat seized her chance. She slipped out of the cottage and ran towards the garden gate, her heart pounding with excitement. As she stepped outside, the cute little cat was struck by the beauty of the world around her. The sun was shining, and the birds were singing in the trees. She felt a rush of freedom and excitement as she wandered through the garden, exploring every nook and cranny. As she was wandering, she came across a group of cats. They were lounging in the sun, licking their paws and grooming their fur. The cute little cat felt a sudden surge of shyness, unsure if she should approach them. But as she watched them, she saw that they were friendly and welcoming. They invited her to join them, and soon the cute little cat was playing and chasing butterflies with her new friends. The days passed, and the cute little cat continued to explore the world outside the cottage. She visited the fields and the woods, chasing after squirrels and mice. She met new friends and learned new things, and she felt more alive than ever before. But as much as she loved her new life, the cute little cat couldn't forget about Mrs. Jenkins. She missed her owner and the cozy cottage they shared. So, she made the decision to return home. As she stepped back through the garden gate, the cute little cat was greeted by Mrs. Jenkins. She had been worried sick about her little cat and was overjoyed to see her safe and sound. From that day on, the cute little cat spent her days exploring the world outside the cottage and returning home to her beloved owner. She had found the perfect balance between adventure and comfort, and she was happier than ever before. As time passed, the cute little cat grew older. Her fur turned gray, and her once bright eyes grew dim. But even in her old age, she remained just as cute and beloved as ever. She would spend her days curled up in Mrs. Jenkins' lap, purring contentedly as her owner petted her soft fur. She would watch the world outside the cottage window, content in the knowledge that she had lived a full and happy life. And when the cute little cat finally passed away, she left behind a legacy of love and happiness that would never be forgotten. The villagers remembered her fondly, and Mrs. Jenkins kept her memory alive in the cottage, surrounding herself with pictures and memories of her beloved cat. For the cute little cat had taught them all a valuable lesson, that even the smallest creature can bring great joy and happiness into the world. That sometimes, all. The end.